In this lesson, I will show you two date and time functions. The first is called today, and the second is called now. When you see what they do, you might think that they are not that useful, but you will see that this is not the case. The today function provides you with the current date. I will select the cell B2, and as I said in the previous lessons, the easiest way to insert a function if I know its name, it's just to type it. If I don't know the name, I can search for it or locate it in another way. I'd like to show you this other way. From the Formulas tab in the function library palette, all functions are organized into categories. So since I'm looking for a function that does something with the date, I will open the list of date and time functions. The functions here are sorted in alphabetical order. I will scroll down a bit. And here is the today function. So if you don't remember the name of the function, you can search for it in the category you think it should be in the Formulas tab. Regarding the today function, I will click to insert it, and as you can see, it takes no arguments, no parameters. Arguments and parameters are the same thing. So here there is nothing to do here, but just click OK directly. What does this function do? It displays the current date based on the computer's date. Of course, the current date that appears is the one I'm writing this video right now. Obviously, the current date for you watching this will be different. Like all functions, the result is dynamic. This means that if I now save the workbook and open it tomorrow, then tomorrow's date will show up here. So the today function gives me the current date of as the content of the cell. The other function I said that I will show you is the now function. It works in the same way. The difference is that this function gives me the current date and the time down to the second. I will select the cell B3 and type equals now, left parenthesis. And now from the Formula tab, I will press Fx just to show you that this function also takes no parameters. So I will just click OK here directly. So, in cell B3, the current date and time down to the second is stored. I don't see the second because of the formatting. I will go to the Home tab and open the Number Palette dialog box. Now I will do something that I will not explain. Using the custom formatting, as I did here, you can format the content of a cell exactly the way you want, but this is covered in the Advanced Lessons course. So I will just click OK here, and I will increase the column width to see the content of cell B3. Now I will hit F9 on the keyboard, which forces all functions to be calculated again, and see that each time I press F9, the current date and time is refreshed. The date in cell B2 is also refreshed, but I would see the difference if the date had changed. If I was before midnight, for example, and I hit F9 after midnight had passed. At this point, it's important to mention something about dates and times. A date value always includes the time. That means you can't have just the date without the time. Now that I have said this, you might think, but just now you said that the today function only gives me the date, and in cell B2 there is only a date. Or generally, I can just write a date to a cell, so how is it that the time is always included? Here's what happens. If there is only a date in a cell and no time is included, this means that the time is exactly midnight of that day, and it's just the cell formatting that doesn't display the time. Let me show you. I will click on the Format Painter and click on cell B2 to make it have the same formatting. I think it's clear now that there is a time in the cell that is exactly midnight. I will press F9 a couple of times to refresh the result of the functions, but see that for the today function, the current time is always midnight. Therefore, the today function gives me precisely the start of the current date, while the now function gives me the exact moment within the day down to the second. So, when you write a date in a cell and you don't include the time, be aware that the time is exactly midnight of that day. The time is always part of the date. This does not work the other way around. When you type a time without a date, then this time is actually alone without any date attached. Keep this in mind because sometimes when you try to use these functions, this might come handy. Okay, let's see now what you can do with these functions. Why are they useful? I will move to the dates worksheet. Here I have some payments that need to be made on specific dates. I want in column D to display the number of days remaining until its debt is paid. It's due to be paid. I will select cell D5 and I will type equals C5 minus the today function, and I will include a left and right parenthesis to have the function written in full. As I have mentioned in the past, dates and times are numbers for Excel, so I can perform calculations with them and get results. Here I will get the number of dates between the two dates, that is the one in cell C5, and today's date, whatever today is its time. I will press enter, and now I need to format the cell as a number to see the actual result. I will select the range D5 to D9, and from the number palette I will open the list and choose number here. I will also reduce the number of decimal places so that only the whole number appears. I will select the cell D5, and with the fill handle I will copy the formula down to D9. What do I see here? I see how many days are left until the payment date of its debt arrives. If I save this workbook, close it, and open it at another date, then these numbers will automatically adjust to show me the number of days left for its payment. Notice that in some cases the numbers are negative. This means that this payment was due some days before, so I have not made the payment on time. To take it a step further, I want column E to show whether its debt is overdue or not, to display a text, a label to tell me that. I will select the cell E5 and type equals if, left parenthesis, and from the formula bar I will click on the FX tool. Here I could simply check if D5 is less than 0, but I want to do it using the today function inside this function. So I will set the logical test to be C5 less than the today function, and I will include the left right parenthesis. I need to do that because it's a function here. So if the date in C5 is before than the current date, then the logical check will be true. So I will go to the second parameter and type in double quotes debt overdue. I need to type the double quotes. It's best that you do. You have seen that Excel most of the times automatically puts them there, but it's better to type them yourself. Now in the third parameter, I will type just empty quotes so that it displays nothing in the opposite side, in the opposite case. This is mandatory to do. I need to type the empty quotes because if I leave it empty, it will be a different result. I will click OK here and click and hold the fill handle to extend to the formula down to cell E9. So what did I achieve here? In the list of debts, instead of having just the date by which payment must be made, I have a picture of how close this date is and whether the payment is overdue and how many days it is overdue. Generally, functions of this kind are used in such ways. I don't just place them somewhere to display the current date and time, but I use them within other functions to get some results based on them. That's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching.